like surprises.
Alright guys, here we have the names of those 12 ladies, dated February 27th, 1867. I believe it was charcoal.
That's what I was wondering. Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's actually
Still there, right? And it's really like really thick.
Controlled environment in there, so it doesn't, sunlight or wind or rain couldn't keep it from So none of my coworkers remember it ever being touched up. Some of them have worked here.
Yeah, right.
The
For sure.
70s.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Alright. Now, like I said, this is the auditorium. And in this area is where Speakeasy would have been in the 1920s.
Speakeasy?
As well as the radio shows that were held here during the 50s and 60s. So naturally, it's the show portion of our tour. What? So, like I said before, John Knox kept his cave a secret for 5 years. In 1862, something pretty important in American history was going on. Any idea? The Civil War. Now, during that time, Missouri was a swing state, and we had both Union and Confederate troops very active in the area. And they were looking for caves. Now, John Knox knew this, and he knew that if they found his cave, they would take it. And they would take his farm, his cattle, his house, his crops, whatever they thought they needed, simply because they could. Well, why would they want a cave? Well, there are plenty of reasons. One being the temperature. It's always this temperature in here. Does not matter how hot or cold it is outside. Also safe. There's one way in and one way out. So as long as you're guarding your door, all your troops are safe. And surprise. No one would know what you had in your cave unless they were in your cave. Now something else, and probably the most important reason they were searching for caves, is something found in cave soil. And if we had a large population of bats, we would have something called saltpeter in our soil. Now saltpeter is extracted by filling a large copper or leaching vat like this one. It would probably be located outside. So imagine plugging all that cave soil and then filling it, or mixing it, with some water. Now, probably a lot slower than this, that water would drain out, taking with it anything that dissolved. They would take that mixture and they would pour it over a fire. Pour it over a fire like this one, probably them outside. And they would blow that water off. And what would be left is the saltpeter, kind of crystallized around the edges of the pot. And they would scrape that off, they would mix it with some ash in their fire, and they would mix it with sulfur. What would they get? Gunpowder. Very important during the Civil War. That's how all those muskets and all those cannons were powered. So you can see why either side would really want to get the one up on the other and find those caves first. Well, we don't have a large population of bats. We never have. We figure they probably just like another cave in the area more. And that means we don't have saltpeter in our soil. They didn't know that saltpeter came from bats. So they would have come in here, they would have dug the cave to death, looking for something that we don't even have. So he keep it a secret. He did it for himself, John Knox, but he did it for us as well. The cave would have been destroyed in the process of searching for something that we don't have, and he didn't know this, but now that we do thank him for keeping the cave a secret for us. Alright guys.
Holy smokes.
And it caused the Mississippi River to run backwards for 3 days. I wasn't there, but That's what they say. Now that's a lot of river. That was a big earthquake. So we should see a whole bunch of little formations. Remember, I told you it takes about 100 years for my formations to grow an inch? So we should see about a bunch of 2-inch formations, right? Well, we can probably assume then that that earthquake had no effect on our cave, because this collapse happened long before that earthquake. So what happened? Well, remember I told you everything you see is a result of water. So at one time, my ceiling was right about here, and this cavity would have filled with water and emptied and filled, causing weaknesses in the ceiling. And it collapsed. And it happened 2 more times after that. This leg here, and then the final one, this big shoe print up at the top. Now scientists tell us it's in a dome shape, and it's structurally sound and shouldn't collapse anymore. And they also say that the safest place to be during an earthquake is in fact underground. Earthquakes affect the surface level, and we are in the subsurface. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to sign up for that study. But it does make for a pretty cool room. And if you're worried, it does look like it might just fall right on us. That calcite's been flowing through this rubble for thousands and thousands of years. It's basically cemented it, and it's not going anywhere. But if you're nervous, we do have Atlas here holding up that last little bit of ceiling for us. He just didn't want to let go. Now, as we pull into the next area, guys, please look up. It's my favorite part of the cave. I'll go nice and slow so you get a good look. But we'll be pulling into what was the original entrance for the cave. And I would like to show it to you guys how those 12 ladies would have seen it for the first time by candlelight.